The perfect, no floppy pizza crust. Oh my God. That is out of this world good. Our pizza dough is done rising, and look at that. Gorgeous. Okay, so before we do anything with the pizza dough, we need to make the topping for our pizza. We're making a sausage, pepper, and onion topping for this pizza dough. So let's go over to the stove and make it. So in my pan, I have the heat on high. I'm going to add in a couple of tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, just enough to coat the bottom of the pan. And we're starting off with the veggie portion. So to that, I'm going to add in my peppers and onions. Save the plate. Don't get rid of it because we're going to use it again. So to my peppers and onions, I'm just going to hit it with some salt and some black pepper. And we're going to saute this down just until it's about 3/4 of the way done. So while our peppers and onions are cooking down, I am going to preach this to you guys until I'm purple. If you're going to do the work, do it once. Remember, I told you about the party that we're having on Saturday, which is why we made pizza dough and we're going to let it sit for 72 hours. With that dough, I'm going to make a stromboli. Well, I'm using the same filling, a little bit of a different technique, but the same filling. So if I'm going to make the filling, make it once, use it twice. Cooking doesn't have to be hard or time consuming or stressful, especially during a party event. If you're making the food, make it once and eat it twice. So our peppers and onions are 3/4 of the way cooked. And as you can tell, the onions are translucent, right? And the peppers are softened, but they still have integrity. That's what you want. You don't want to cook this down to mush. Now I'm going to add in 4 cloves of garlic that I chopped. And we're just going to cook that for about 30 seconds, 45 seconds, until we start to smell it. I wish you guys could smell this. It's delectable. Our vegetables are ready, so I want to get them out of the pan and onto a plate. So while our peppers and onions and garlic are hanging out, we're going to use the same pan. We're just going to give it just a little bit, maybe a tablespoon or 2 of extra virgin olive oil. And then I have here 2 pounds of sausage, ground sausage. And I'm just going to get it in the pan, and I'm going to start breaking it up because we want to brown it. Just a little tip here, when you're adding any kind of ground meat to a pan and you're starting to break it up, if it's giving you a hard time and it won't break up right away, just give it a couple of minutes in the pan. And once it starts to warm up, it'll crumble much easier. See how easy this is crumbling? When you have patience in the kitchen, everything starts to come together. So now that our ground sausage is all broken up and crumbly, I'm just going to hit it with some black pepper, some salt, and we're just going to let it brown up and start to caramelize in the pan. Okay, so now you can see that around the pan, we're starting to see the caramelized color. That's how we know that our sausage is ready to mix up. You can give it a little shake every once in a while to make sure it's not sticking, but don't touch it. You don't need to bother it. Let it do its thing. Let it develop that beautiful caramelization on the bottom, because this is another thing that I sing to you all the time. When your food is brown, it tastes good. Look at that. That's exactly what you want. Nobody wants gray looking sausage. So now we're just going to give it a stir, break it up just a little bit more. Now we're going to add our peppers and onions back to the party. Now we're just going to mix it all together, and we're going to get it out of the pan into a bowl, and we're going to start building our pizza. So now our pizza dough is done. Our topping is done. I have my oven preheated to 500 degrees. It's been going on 500 degrees for about an hour and a half. You know, I use a pizza steel to make my pizzas. I think it's superior to a pizza stone or just baking it, in the oven on a cookie sheet. You're going to get the best pizza from a pizza steel. So I put my dough in my flour bowl. I use this flour bowl for my pizzas only. It's just regular bread flour, because that's the flour that I use to make my pizza dough. And when I'm done with it, I put a saran wrap on top of it and I stick it in my pantry. That way, I'm always ready to make a pizza. And I just take the dough and coat it in flour on both sides, shaking off the excess. Now we'll push that to the side, and we'll grab a little pinch and put it on the table. So now we're just going to start forming our dough. So the way I do this is I take my fingertips, I start in the middle, and I work my way out. Just making little indentations. And you're gonna see how nicely this dough can be manipulated. Now you can start from the middle, work your way out as you're turning it. As you become more comfortable with this, it's gonna be 1, 2, 3. And look at how easily this dough is just taking shape. Now, you could stop here, and this would be a personal pizza, and it would be a little bit on the thicker side. I want it to be a little bit bigger, so I'm just gonna pick it up and use the tops of my hands in a fist to stretch. Let gravity do the work for you. All you have to do is move it back and forth. Gravity is gonna stretch the dough on your hands. And again, as you become more comfortable with this, it's gonna be 1, 2, 3. Don't be scared, you can do this. Gorgeous. Now, if you get a little hole, don't worry about it, just pinch it together. It'll close. She's gorgeous. Look at how simple and quick that was. You can do this at home. So now I have a pizza steel, okay? So I'm gonna take my dough, making sure that I put flour on it, get it nice and covered in the flour, and then I'm just gonna scooch it under my pizza dough. Now the key here is, before you put any of your toppings on, make sure that your dough can move. You don't want it to stick to the pizza steel, because once you try to put it, or you don't want it to stick to the pizza peel, because once you try to put it in the oven, you're not gonna be able to get it off and you're gonna be sad you did all that work for nothing. If you're unsure, just take a little bit of flour and put it underneath. But don't go crazy with the flour. You don't need a lot of flour. So now I know that my pizza is gonna move. I have no doubt in my mind. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start topping it. So we have our sausage, peppers, and onions, which we sauteed. I have mozzarella cheese and provolone cheese that I grated and combined. And I have my marinara sauce. Now, the reason that I cooked my topping before I put it on top of the pizza dough is for 2 reasons. One, because I'm using sausage. Sausage gives off a lot of oil. I don't like my pizza dough to be sopped in sausage grease. It's not necessary. All of the flavor that you need is in this filling or in this topping. That's number 1. Number 2, we're trying to achieve the crispiest pizzeria style crust that we can. So the less liquid on your pizza dough, the better. And since we're using marinara sauce, I don't want extra liquid, okay? This pizza is only gonna be in the oven for barely 5 minutes. That pizza steel is gonna cook this dough in a snap. So I'm just gonna take some of my marinara and I'm just gonna coat the dough with that gorgeous marinara. And I'm leaving about a 1/2 inch border because you want a crust, right? It's the best part of the pizza, in my opinion. So once you've sauced your dough, just take your ends and pull them out ever so slightly to ensure that you have a good crust. Now I'm gonna take my Parmigiano-Reggiano and I'm just gonna make it snow all over my pizza. So once we have a nice dusting of the Parmigiano-Reggiano cheese, I'm gonna add on my sausage, pepper, and onions and just scatter it all over the top. Again, making sure you leave a border. Tell me that doesn't look absolutely gorgeous already. Holy moly, I can't wait to eat this. So now I'm gonna take my mozzarella and provolone cheese and I'm just gonna sprinkle it all over the top. This is gonna be our glue. It's gonna keep our topping on our pizza. And there you have it. She's done. Now we're gonna pop this on top of our pizza steel. Don't walk away from it. It's only gonna take 5-6 minutes and it's gonna be done, and then I'll show you once that happens. Our pizza's done. I can smell it. Let's get it out of the oven. Oh yes. Look at that. That's a pizza. Now you just want to give it a minute to cool down because it's literally moltenous. But look at the golden crust on that pizza dough. Oh my God, I'm so excited. And can we see the bottom here? Ooh, that's hot. Look at it. Okay, so we're just gonna let it cool off for a second and then we're gonna cut it. Let's give it a cut. Listen for the crunch. The crunch is everything. Look at the bottom of that crust. How deliciously crunchy she is. And can you see the crust? Come on. And look at this, watch this. It's got the perfect, no floppy pizza crust. Now let's give it a taste. Oh my God. That is out of this world good. Oh my God. It's everything you want in a pizza crust. It's got that pizza chew. It's got great flavor. Obviously, you can see it's got great structure. That's how pizza is made. Oh, so good. Let's get a bite of the crust. Can you hear how crunchy that is? Guys, you have to make this pizza. I'm telling you right now, you are going to love it. If you want the recipe to my sausage and pepper pizza, just comment the word recipe in the comment section below and I'll be sure to send it to your DM. Thanks so much for coming to my pizza party.